everyone, welcome to your favorite cooking show on TV, Food Clinic. My name is Blue and I'm your host for today. So today we are going to be making a very popular Nigerian Cameroonian dish. So in Nigeria, this is eaten by the Akwa Ibom people and the Cross Riverians and is known as Ekpang Nkukwo, while in Cameroon it's known as Ekpang. So this dish is actually a very difficult and tasking one to prepare, and that's why so many people don't really like preparing this. So when we come back from this break, I'm going to be introducing you to all our ingredients for this special delicacy. Stay tuned. Welcome back, people. So right now I'm going to be introducing you to all our ingredients for making this special delicacy. So first and foremost, we have our cocoyam here. It's not peeled yet. We are going to peel this and grate it. And then we also have here our leifo, or popularly known as green. This is for wrapping. If you don't have cocoyam, instead of cocoyam leaves, you can use this, or you can use pumpkin leaves and this. So we also have here our pepper, already blended. We have our salt, we have seasoning cubes, we have cow skin, we have our fish, pala fish, and these are all our ingredients for the preparation of Ekpang Nkukwo. But of course, aside this protein, aside fish, you can also use meat, you can use snail, you can use shrimps, you can use anything at all as far as you can afford. You can use for this special delicacy. So first and foremost, what we are going to be doing, we are going to be peeling our cocoyams, and then we grate it with a grater, and then after that we go into the wrapping process. And so we'll start by doing that right away. So right now I'm going to take this away from here so I can have enough space for peeling our cocoyam. So let me just get this off here. So I'm just going to wash this well. So I'm going to use this to put in our cocoyam after it's been peeled. So aside cocoyam, you can also use the normal yam for this, or you can as well use water yam to make this particular dish. And then we also have plantain. We call that ototomboro. That's in Akwa Ibom State. So you can also do that just the same way, the same process. You just peel your plantain or your bananas unripe or slightly ripe, and then you grate it. But the only difference is that you don't use leaves to wrap that particular type of ekpang. So most times weekends are the perfect times to prepare this kind of delicacy, because then you'll be home and chilling, relaxing. You don't really have somewhere to go to. You just maybe do it just for fun, just to change meal plans and all that. So you can just do this for your family. It always goes down well, seriously. Instead of yam porridge, you can just make this. And trust me, you would really love it. For those of you that haven't tried it before, I think you might want to try this particular delicacy. I'm sure lots of people have heard about this. Yes, I know a lot of people have heard about it. Akwa Ibom, Calabar, it's home of different delicacies. So many, so much that you can't even remember or mention. There are so many. So most people actually learn from them when it comes to cooking different delicacies. When you're tired of eating the normal rice, beans, yam, plantain, all those things, there are other things you can prepare, like the one I was talking about, using plantain to make something similar to this actually, but that's aspect you use plantain, unripe plantain or nearly ripe plantain, and you can also use banana to make that particular delicacy, and it comes out so well. The only difference is you don't have to wrap those ones. So I think I'm done with this. I'm done with peeling this, so I'm just going to wash it and then I'll crate it. And so now it's time to grate this. So this is a particular aspect that people run away from, and that's why most people hardly make this dish, because of this stress. Like seriously, this is really stressful. Like seriously, this is why most people run away from making Ekpang Nkukwo. But of course, back at home, it's very easy because it's something they are used to, so they don't find it difficult to prepare. It's just something they can do within the twinkle of an eye and they are done. But right here, with all the hustle and bustle, this might be quite time consuming, so most people might not want to do this. But once in a while, it's good you change meal plans, and this can be one of the meals that you shift to or that you run to when you're tired of eating some kind of food or some particular kind of foods, like the normal food we in Nigeria eat here. Like I, for instance, I'm tired of eating rice, I'm tired of eating yam, I'm tired of eating beans. There are so many things I'm tired of eating. Actually, a lot of foods that I'm tired of eating. So once in a while, I just make this in my house and then I enjoy myself. I don't mind the time it consumes. It's just what I crave for and I eat it, and that's it. I don't mind the stress that comes with it, as long as it's what I want to eat. So we're done grating this. Our cocoyam is ready to be wrapped. We're done with this already. So I'm just going to make sure the remaining ones here on the grater is removed slowly so I don't get injured. And I'll just set this aside, and then I'll pick our leaves. So this is green, and most people call this aleifo, but popularly it's known as green leaves. So you pick it just one, so it doesn't cut, because this is what we use in wrapping our already grated cocoyam. So aside this, you can also use ugu leaves, which is the pumpkin leaves. That's if you can't get cocoyam leaves. Normally, cocoyam leaves is what we actually use for this particular delicacy. But of course, if you can't get it anywhere around, you can use this aleifo or green leaves. Or you can also use your ugu leaves, normal ugu leaves, to do the wrapping. So you mustn't wait until you have cocoyam leaves before you make this particular dish. So you can use this as well. This is another option for wrapping of our cocoyam. So you make sure it doesn't break, so it doesn't get to leak while in the pot. You just do it carefully and remove all the sticks one after the other. You take your time to do this. And after this, I'll wash the leaves and then I'll prepare our other ingredients, like chopping our onions and then cutting our pomo, washing the fish as well, because you're going to put everything together in the pot at once and then you just put on fire. So the only difficult process is just when you are grating the cocoyam. That's the only difficult thing about preparing this particular meal. Every other thing is very easy. You just have to put everything together and then you put on fire. So it's not as difficult as people think it is actually. So I'm done with this already. I'm just going to set it aside and then I'll prepare my other ingredients for this delicacy. So I'm going to be chopping our onions first. Onion is actually important in every meal, of course. That's a sure thing. So it's time to chop our onions. So I'm just going to chop this. Of course, we know onion is a very essential ingredient in every meal, of course, with a lot of health benefits. I mean, I can't cook without using onion. It's not even possible. I think the only meal I cook without onion is Ekpang soup. I don't just know why. It makes my Ekpang taste somehow. So I don't really use onions while making Ekpang soup, and sometimes my vegetable soups. But at times I use it in making vegetable soups. But Ekpang is a no-no. I don't use onion while making Ekpang soup. But in this particular meal, onions is very, very essential. So we have to use onion. Just chop it into bits. It doesn't have to be too big. So just do it bit by bit. So I'm done with this. I'll just set it aside and then I'll cut our pomo or cow skin into small pieces and also get our fish ready. So I'm done with this. So I'm going to cut our pomo into bits now. Just tiny chunks. Doesn't have to be too big or too small, or it depends on the size you actually want, but this is how I want mine to be. Just small pieces. So aside pomo, you can use beef, you can use snail, you can use dried fish, you can even use grass cutter. Any form of protein at all that you can afford, you can actually use for this particular delicacy. It's according to your pocket anyways. Whatever your pocket can carry is what you use. So I'm just giving this a little cut before we move into the next thing. Seriously, this is not a very easy meal to prepare. It's not, especially the grating part of the cocoyam. But of course, when it's time to eat, you will love it, definitely. So I'm done with this. Now I'm going to wash our fish. and take off all the dirt from it. And then after that, we'll be wrapping our cocoyam pudding. You can use any kind of fish, of course. This is the normal popular Yoruba fish called the panla fish. So this is what we are going to be using today to make this delicacy. You can use ice fish, you can use dried catfish, but to me fresh fish is a no-no. Of course I can't use fresh fish for this delicacy because I think it won't come out well, so I'll just prefer to use everything dried. Dried fish is what I will use for this particular delicacy. So my fish is washed already. So now it's time to go into business proper. So it's time to wrap our cocoyam pudding and then start to cook. So first of all, I'm going to rub little oil in the pot. This is just to prevent it from getting burnt, nothing serious. So, but this is actually not going to burn because this is a non-stick pot. But still, I'm just going to rub in the oil. Just in case you're using the other kind of pot, this is what you should do. You should rub in oil, a little bit of palm oil beneath the pot and around the pot, just inside, just a little, so it doesn't get burnt. That's just the reason for this method. So now I'm done with that, and it's time to wrap our cocoyam pudding in the leaves. I'm just giving it a mix. Like I said before, you can actually use yam, ordinary yam, just in case cocoyam is not within your reach. So this is the leaf, is washed already. So now you don't use the inside, you use the back of it so it wraps properly. Now this is what you do. You just take a little of this and then you put it here and you wrap this way. This is it, and then you put in the pot. So you continue the process until it gets finished. So it's very easy to wrap. The wrapping is actually not difficult at all. It's not difficult. It's very easy. The only difficult part is when you're grating it, and that's all. Aside that, there's nothing difficult about this. So we are almost done with this. As you can see, our Ekpang Nkukwo is about to be placed on fire. So stay tuned with me. So this is the last one, and after that I'm going to be putting all our ingredients, our proteins and everything inside. So this is it. So now this will come here. So I'll be going on first with our onion. So as you can see, our ekpang is already on fire. So I'm just going to be putting in all our ingredients. This is our fish. Trying to cut it into pieces. And then the next akpomo we go in. Then of course our crayfish, very important. And then I'll just add water. Then we're going with our seasoning cubes. Everything is going in at once. Our seasoning cubes, and then our salt to taste. Just a little, so it doesn't become salty. And of course our pepper is going in next. I love my food spicy, so I'm just going to make this a little bit spicy so I can enjoy it. So this is enough. We are going to be putting in our palm oil. That's enough. And then we just cover this and let it cook. In the next 20 minutes, this should be ready. Welcome back, people, and the moment of truth is here. As you can see, our Ekpang Nkukwo is ready. So right now I'm going to be dealing with this and giving you my honest review about this special delicacy. Let's dive in. See how well formed it is, right? This is how it looks like. This is how it should be. It's quite hot. As expected, it's yummy, very yummy. It's quite spicy. So out of a 10, I'm giving this a 10 over 10 plus 10 minus nothing. This is actually a very, very nice delicacy and you should try it. I know the process is kind of difficult and tedious. It is time consuming, seriously, no doubt about that. But this is actually something you want to try. Enough of the rice, beans, and all that, the regular food you eat all the time. This is something you would definitely want to try, and seriously, you will testify after trying this. Trust me on that. So it's a wrap on the show today, and I remain your favorite host, Blue. Please kindly follow all our social media handles showing right now on your screen. Until I come your way again next time. Bye.